that look fine?
Perfect.
I worked my whole life for this one.
Dumelang, and welcome back to
It's my house.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my house, about to be your home. And all you gotta do to become a resident, my resident, is hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To all my returning subscribers, welcome back home, baby. So as you guys can see from the title of this video, we are back with the second episode of Becoming. And today, you know one thing about me, I always have the honor of having absolutely amazing people. And this particular person that I have today is not just a lawyer, a big shot, understand? But she also happens to be my girl, my friend, my bestie in a Tessie. I'm gonna introduce her very soon. You guys are going to be blessed with the most gorgeous girl. And we are gonna be talking all things law, all things becoming an attorney, and just how the baby girl maintains such great balance, you know, looking so gorgeous and still doing the most. So we're gonna be doing all of this over some sushi and wine because but without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video. Please don't forget to share this one, like, comment, and last but not least, subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So I've got my girl, Miss Mpho Nicole license number plate, my girl Mpho Nicole Diaz. Friend, before we start with this video, let's cheers. Got sushi, as I've already explained. My girl and I absolutely love sushi and wine, you know, and I think it kind of makes sense even where we met. I mean,
in the winelands.
We met in the winelands, we met there by the Stellies, you know, so that's also a little bit about us.
Yeah.
You know. Before we get into the food and stuff, we're gonna have a taste, right? We're gonna have our first taste. We are currently having this sushi. It's a hand roll, and then what are these ones called?
Roses, salmon roses.
And salmon roses with some wasabi, ginger, you know the works. And then we also have some wine, and I'm not gonna tell you guys what wine this is. You'll have to watch the next video. That video is I'm going to tell you which wine we are going to be having. I'm gonna have the salmon.
Let me actually put this wine down too, because it is limiting my range of motion.
I don't think I want to put it down.
I want to hug it. I want to be it.
Take. I'm gonna act like I know how to use a chopstick.
I actually didn't like the roses before.
Really?
But it's really grown on me.
I love me some. This is passing. Then one day, the next video, like as we get into this, I'm gonna have mics so that when you're doing a mukbang, you can have some ASMR, you know,
Provide
some ASMR vibes. But I think I want another one. So good. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have another one before we get started. Because I don't think we'll be able to.
Just turned into
It's so fresh. By the way, guys, we got this sushi from Checkers. The sushi is so fresh and very affordable. So don't say I didn't plug you, okay? Okay. So we're gonna get into it, and before we get into the main questions, we're all about rapid fire as we start the video. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Can't think about it. It's literally just pop the answer,
Okay.
and this is the first step of us getting to know you better.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Don't look at the questions right now.
Okay.
We're gonna start the rapid fire in 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Benzo or a Beamer?
Beamer.
Short hair or long hair?
Long hair.
Are you a romantic candlelight dinner or an adventure weekend away type of girl?
Oh, adventure weekend away. That was a tough one.
Love or money?
Yo. Damn. I can't say both.
I can't say both.
I'll say both.
One.
Oh, love.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, your money.
You already said love. Okay. What is your favorite bev?
Yo.
Alcoholic beverage.
Alcoholic beverage.
Yes.
I actually love Long Island cocktails.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay. What is your biggest fear?
Ooh, my biggest fear is being forgotten.
Damn, got deep. And then last but not least, what do you think is your best quality?
I think my best quality is definitely, I think my sense of humor and my personality, I think really.
So your personality overall.
Overall, yeah.
Love it. And that wraps up Rapid Fire. My friend, so again, welcome to my space. Welcome to the hizzy, the only house that matters.
The house of stars.
Of course. And thank you so much for honoring my invites, and welcoming me in your space. And I hope you enjoy
Thanks so much.
your space.
Thanks so much.
So,
for having me. I'm so happy to be here with you, with your fans. What to do with your subbies?
Not my fans, child.
Your subbies. Oh, and it's giving. It's giving main character syndrome. Assume they're your fans, please. Your subbies. The stars.
Yes, the residents.
The residents.
So, it's self-explanatory in the title of the video, right? We've got an attorney. I've got an attorney, guys. A very important member of society sitting with me, right? And being around people like this and having them in your friendship circle, really, I'm blessed. So I want us, friends, to go in. Let's start at the beginning, right?
Okay.
The journey of becoming an attorney. At which stage did you decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to study, and after I'm done studying law, I want to pursue my career as an attorney?
Yeah. I think my journey with law really started, I think, from a young age. I think initially it was just the thing of like, I want to make money, I want to be rich.
Yeah.
And then the older you get, I suppose the more you're exposed to in terms of seeing like things just aren't working out in the law system. So I was like, I want to be part of the people who really make a change in society in the best way that I know how to.
Yeah.
And I think I've always kind of been like an outspoken kid in terms of like things that I believe in and what I want to see change. So I was like, okay, I think being a lawyer is definitely like on the table for me. So then eventually, you get to high school and you have to decide what you want to do, and you apply to varsity, and literally all my choices, it was just law to each varsity that I was applying to. And wow, God was so great. Got accepted to Stellenbosch University, one of the best law faculties.
That's right.
And then that was the beginning. That was the beginning. Studied law, straight LLB for 4 years, from 2017 until 2020, and official online grad was in 2021. And then by then everything had by December already I was stressed about securing articles. What am I going to do next? Because I wasn't keen on the idea of doing a master's. I really wanted to go into the field and just do it.
Yeah.
So by December, I'd already gotten an offer to work at a law firm in Cape Town. So I moved again because we were back home for COVID. So I moved again to the Western Cape, and that was the beginning of the journey. So I started as a candidate attorney in 2021, and that was that. Finished 2023. And finished, with the title of being an admitted attorney of the High Court of South Africa.
Please talk to her nice. Did you hear that?
Record time. Record time. Just in time for my 25th birthday. So, yeah, that was the journey.
We literally are living in our answered prayers.
Literally.
In our answered prayers, because I remember times where we were sitting there and the exam.
You must insert pictures of us studying.
I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna insert them. And
Mm.
you know, in that time, like it probably felt like I don't even know what I'm doing with myself. Is this really worth it? You know? And now you are in it.
Yo, I'm like a legal officer now. Like I'm the person people run to now.
Yeah.
It's so odd when people are like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna need a lawyer for this." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm the lawyer. People are gonna come to me. You know, I fix the problems now, which is great. Because it's like, oh, a big sense of adulthood just became real. You know, because when you're a candidate attorney, you're still studying. Like you're still a baby. You know, you're even earning a salary that's like, you know, just the beginner salary just to get you by, like a stipend kind of vibe. So yeah, I know graduating into the next phase of my career was like great.
Yeah.
A big sense of achievement.
And speaking about like you being in it right now, like you are within it, how has it felt? How has it been? Literally carrying that name of an attorney.
It's so great. Because I know like what happened behind the scenes. You know, everyone kind of just sees the pictures when you're standing in front of high court and saying, "Oh, I'm an attorney." But I know like everything I've had to endure, and it's been so great to say that I've been through this. I've been through boards, and regardless of how people have stories of how terrible boards go, like I achieved that. I went through that, and now I'm here. And even the sense of respect that people give you, it's like, it's massive. And not to say that people should rely heavily on how other people look at you, but with an attorney kind of a career, such as being in law and you're an attorney or an advocate, it's really about the people that you know and how people receive you and everything. It's like very reputational based. So it's great when people have like this big sense of respect for you and your career and everything that you've achieved, because no one really knows how you become an attorney. They just kind of see you become an attorney. They're like, "Oh, that's so great." But yeah, the people who know. So to walk into like court, it's different now. You know, walking into court knowing that I'm an attorney, not a candidate attorney. It's like when I represent my client, I say, my client says this and this and this, so we move to have this motion granted or not, and the judge takes me seriously. I take myself seriously. You know, I have my qualification there in case the judge is like, okay, right of appearance, I'm gonna say,
there it is.
Here you go.
There it is. So, not just the candidate, but within
the real thing. I can even give it my certificate. So it's great. I take myself a bit more seriously than I did before, and I think people take me a lot more seriously than they did before. It's great. It just feels very mature, very grown up, and yeah, I don't know, I kind of didn't imagine what I'd be doing at 25. I don't think I saw myself being an attorney at 25. You know, things get tough. You're just like, I don't know if this is gonna happen now. And it happens, and yeah, just in time.
You talked about board exams, and literally part of the things that people don't know, like what actually goes into becoming an attorney, right? And that's my next question. How did you face your board exams? So just to give context, to become an attorney, right, an admitted attorney, part of the things that you have to do, it's your articles at a law firm, and then law school, either 6 months part-time, or you can do like I think it's like the 4 month now, and then you can do 1 year of articles, and then you have to write 4 board exams. So how did you juggle preparing for board exams and also being an employee? Because that's what being a candidate is. You are working, you are pushing your work, and then you also have to then face these 4 exams that are a prerequisite for you even attaining this attorney title.
That's a really good question. Also because I think it's like questions that you kind of want to ask people who have been admitted already. I know I did, please. You know. I think I had to play to my strengths. I definitely played to my strengths in terms of how I know I study best. In varsity, I knew very well that studying in the morning was what worked for me. Now that I'm working, you know, you come back home, you're tired. All I want to do is cook, watch a good show, rest. And then in the mornings, I'd wake up around 4 o'clock. I'd have to leave the house at 7 for work. So I gave myself 2 hours of study time every day to juggle studying and work. So I'd wake up at 4 a.m., study for 2 hours. So I finish at 6, and then have that hour to get ready for work, and then be off to work, and then it'll work fine, you know.
Yo.
So yeah, I had to do that for. It even agrees with me. I had to do that for the few months just before boards. I separated my boards into two, so I wrote 2 board exams for in my first year, and then I wrote the second in the second year, because you don't need to apply all that pressure. You can do it. You're gonna finish. I mean, if you know that you can, then definitely.
Yeah.
But I think don't like put yourself under unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
So I split up my boards into two, and it worked out great. It worked out really great for me. I didn't have to do any rewrites. So I think my way of studying kind of worked out for me, because I was firm in knowing that I'm playing to my strengths. I know very well that when I come back from work, I'm tired. In the morning, I'm more energetic. But also, I'd break things up. And I studied, I think, beforehand. I think I started studying like at least a month, 2 months before.
You planned.
I planned properly. So I'd have it on my calendar as well, that by this date, I need to be done with this chapter. And by this date, I need to be done with this chapter. So that I'm holding myself accountable as well. And I wasn't going out as much with my first year of board exams. I was like, no, I'm not going out. And it was easier because it was in the beginning of the year. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I'm not going to go out at all. So I didn't go out. I just studied. Which I think I learned from in my second half of the board exams, because I was like, okay, you can definitely live a little.
Yeah.
You can live it, you can breathe.
Because you've done it now.
Now I've seen it, and I'm like, okay, sure, this worked. So then I just adjusted the method a bit and just gave myself a day. If I felt like I'm tired, I need to rest, then I'd give myself the day. If I need to go out and get some air, I'd give myself the day. And then come back, and now I have to drill myself harder because I've taken away a day from the studying, so it means another day needs to be added.
Yeah.
So it's just essentially holding myself accountable and playing to my strengths, and also I think giving myself and my body grace, because when my body is like no, then it's really
there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do. So it's no. So yeah, I think that was essentially how I got through boards. A lot of support from my friends as well, family, talking to people about it. I reached out to some people, some attorneys on Instagram, just say, how did you go about it? And they were like, they just maximize during the week, which was what I was doing as well, because some people would leave it for the weekend, but I know how I am, and I don't want to be stressed during the week, so I just cover the 2 hours that I can, and then the weekend I have the whole day with the little breaks in between, and it worked out perfectly. And past papers, but now that's not a thing anymore, so
the past papers kind of don't have answers anymore. Good
so
luck to you guys that need to write, but you got this. But good luck.
You definitely got it, as long as you know the questions, and you can at least be prepared. So
And I think if like people can form like study groups, because the answer is always there. Like it's just a matter of like literally getting into the work. And friend, did you find that like you working and dealing with this stuff, like especially with the paper 2, the courts paper, I think it's the courts paper, paper 1, Can you pass it, guys? I promise you.
An attorney waiting admission. Okay, an attorney awaiting admission. Her.
So just like with like paper 1, for example, did you find that because you are doing the work, like the you're doing the litigious part of it at work, did you find that experience is also aiding you in grasping the work better?
Definitely. It definitely helped. I mean, not completely also, because at work, like definitely it was litigation, but it wasn't everything in litigation. Like you're not gonna be exposed to everything. But definitely like the basics already, my principal had already started like drilling it through us from like the beginning. So I had already known that okay, I know this, which would also contribute to playing towards your strengths. If you don't know something, cover it completely. And even if you do, there's always little things that you like kind of miss. So with paper 1, I was stressed, but I wasn't too stressed because I'm like, I know how to draft because we draft every day. So I know the structure, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to sound. But let me study because I need to know what exactly goes into it. So it helped because I was able to know that okay, defendant, applicant, whatever. When do you use this? When do you use defendant? When do you use respondent? When do you use, I already know that kind of stuff. So with studying, then I just you know, put it into context. When would you have to use this? When would you have to use that? Why? So essentially just ask myself, why is everything the way that it is, as opposed to at work where you're just told this is what it is,
Yeah.
So now it's just going back to, for my own knowledge as well.
Yeah.
You know, to just be like, okay, why is this like this? Why is that like that?
And then did you find, but I think you've already touched on it, that when you had studied the stuff and you had now passed the work, then now when you're going back to work, it's like light bulb.
Yeah, everything starts clicking because now you know already. If someone were to say Rule 35, you're already like, okay, discovery.
Yeah.
What in discovery is it?
Yeah.
How do I? Where do I? You already know. So having studied stuff made it easier for me when I got back to work as well, because I was like, no man, this isn't how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. The wording is supposed to be like that. So definitely they kind of like go hand in hand. Of course. I mean, that's why you're studying it.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand, and it helps. You know, you kind of feel like boards are pointless at some point of your working and studying, because you're just so tired at some point. You're just a zombie. You're just like, why don't you trust me to be your attorney without the exam? But then you have to go through the studying of the exam, and then there's things that your principal can't always teach you. So it's great. Yeah.
Okay, friend, before we move to the next question, please can you eat your food so that the people don't think that I'm ninjaing your food, please, and I get dragged that she ain't eating. Okay, get into.
Yeah, this is my first time having a hand roll, so
Really?
it really is.
Friend,
I actually avoid stuff where I have to like use my hands and hit and ha.
yeah, Vele, when I am using your hands, you don't like that.
Well.
It's not that video. Passing? It's good, eh?
Super.
Berekane go just sushi nje, just net. Come on, like this one. To everyone who thinks wasabi is avocado. Go with it. Go with it, Thomas. Go with it. Should I leave it? That's all. I say avocado, guys.
I actually thought it was it.
Yo. Were you the type that went in rough? You were like, la nyangena.
I mean, not like. I thought it was made out of apple, because I was like, why is this thing green? I was actually craving sushi. What's up? Where's my mind?
Soul sister.
Okay.
To me.
Oh, as it should.
I love it. So the next question, right? It's around, you are not only obviously like only pushing your career and being focused and stuff, you also had friends, you also had family, you also have friends and you also have family. How did you manage to keep or have a balance of everything? Did you have a balance?
I think I did have a balance. You know, I think sometimes with trying to keep the balance, you have to experience both extremes, right? So you have to experience being really focused, and then you have to experience being really not focused. And then you kind of have to have a moment where you're like, okay, you need to redirect because things aren't working.
Yeah.
So I definitely went through the first phase of exams just being super like focused, no going out, no this, just at the house, always studying. And that kind of like made me feel very isolated, very lonely, like, okay, no one knows what's going on with me. And then the second half of exams, I was like, okay, I think I can do it's better.
Yeah.
You know, it's better. I know how to navigate it. The first method worked, so I just need to do the first method and also still stay true to myself, because I do enjoy being with my friends, my family. So I'll just make sure that whenever I can, I push. Make sure that every week I finish as I said I would. If I'm covering 20 pages today, I need to cover that 20 pages so that tomorrow I'm not covering 40 pages, you know? So I had to stay true to the process. And then during weekends, one day when I have the time, I go out. Go out and I have fun with my friends. And then on Sunday, I'm back to bringing myself back and studying. So I had to experience both sides to see that, okay, this isn't working. To find the perfect balance, which is actually towards the end of exam period, where I was like, I'm getting into the groove of things. But then by that time, you're like, okay, it's time for exams.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
But then now I can give this advice to people to just say, find what works for you. be on both sides of the spectrum, and then just find the middle ground where it's like enough of everything. And then but also my mom always says "Monata ofel," which is good times don't end.
It'll always be there.
It'll always be there.
It was there before you were there. It was there during the time you were there, and it will always be there even after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna miss out. There's no yard party. There's no groove that you're gonna miss out on that won't come again. So sometimes you just really have to be super disciplined with yourself to say, I'm not going to do this, and it's okay because you're going to finish exams and you're going to be so bored. So leave something for the end. Give yourself a prize as well to hold on to say, okay, when this period is done, then.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you're also investing in yourself. I think that's what we fail to, like, once we actually take the principles of investing, like when you actually take money and you invest, it's not an easy task, you know, and it feels like, someone actually said, like, once investing feels like an expense, that's when you know you're doing the right thing, because it's like, oh, I could be using this money, I could be using this to do, I could redirect, and you could quickly redirect your life and just decide that, you know what, I actually don't feel like waking up today, or I actually don't feel like studying, I'm just gonna drop this. And also, like, it's okay to redirect your life like that if you need to, you know, but like what you honed in on is doing things that make sense for you and literally doing what like works for you. You know, don't try to like
do what other people are doing, because everyone, I mean, when you're a Canada journey, you really bump into everybody, and everybody has their own opinion as to how you should study, how you should go about the papers, and it's easy to get frustrated with everyone giving you like an opinion and ha. So you really do just need to like zero in on what works for you. Luckily enough, I have a friend who, like, we were doing board exams all at once, so it was fine. But she was also doing her notary exams and her conveyancing exams, so it was easy for us to like, because she studied in the morning, I studied in the morning, so we were like accountability partners, like, yo, are you awake? She's awake, I'm awake, so then we could continue, you know, and then we could do it together as well when need be. Because sometimes you do need the community just to stay intact. But sure, I wouldn't advise studying with your friends if you and your friends don't study the same way. You need to be very in tune with yourself, because you don't want to play to the strengths of your friend and not your own. To the point where you're now getting like left behind.
No, that's very true. And then the next question is, now I've, like, you know me, even in high school, I mean, you know,
even in high school, please,
but probably even in high school,
you know.
Mental health. And for me, I've seen that, I don't know, I feel like being in a university setup, there was a lot of focus on mental health. You know, we used to come together, discuss these things, and really work around that. However, personally, I've seen that stepping into the workplace, there isn't much focus on mental health. It's literally swim or sink, and if you sink, well, you're out. You know. So how have you managed to stay afloat, and how have you managed to prioritize your mental health?
I think in the first year you kind of don't do it because you are kind of playing to impress the boss or impress the associates. You kind of want to show that you earned your strides, you deserve to be here. So someone says something mean to you, you're just gonna take it in your stride and keep moving. Or some stuff goes down in court where you lose a file, or they lose the file, and now it's your problem when you get back to the office. Then it's like, you know, you take it in your stride, you don't cry, you're just like, I'm gonna be okay. So I realized that actually it doesn't help to be silent, and it doesn't help to act like I don't care or that I'm not hurt by something. So by the time it was, I think, towards maybe the end of my first year and my second year now, just in the beginning, I was a bit more vocal in the office space, just to say, you know, don't talk to me like that, but also respectfully, right? Because people kind of talk down to you because you're still in the entry level, you're at the bottom of the food chain, essentially, in the corporate ladder of being an attorney. So people kind of talk down to you, and they think you don't understand, and they think you're a baby. So it was very important for me to address someone when I felt like, oh, you're going off, and you're taking it to the streets now. So I'd have to go to people's offices and just be like, actually, I didn't appreciate the way that you spoke to me, because at the end of the day, you kind of hurt yourself by not saying anything, and by not staying true to yourself. You kind of have to hold that burden. So I learned that if I don't feel okay about something, I can say something. And if I'm actually sick on a day, I'm not going to make myself feel guilty for taking sick leave, because that's kind of the thing. When you don't come to work, you're lazy, you're tired, you're this, you're entitled. And it's like, yo, I'm actually sick, I have flu, and I want to stay home to take care of myself. You know, I need to give myself that break a bit, just to, you know. So I think I've learned that whenever I need the break, I take it. And whenever I feel like I'm not okay mentally, I need to address that issue head on. So whether it's someone doing this, or if it's the work that I have to do, if I can get help, then I'll ask for the help. Or if I need an extension, then I'll, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. So then I'll ask for the extension. Or if it's just a matter of me refocusing my life in a way that kind of makes it possible for me to work and finish this amount of work in the week, then I have to do it. But it's just a matter of like coming back to myself, like, how do you feel about this? If you feel strongly about it, then address the issue like head on, as opposed to sticking with it and just like writing it out in my diary when nothing is gonna happen. You know?
I like what you said. Closed mouths don't get fed.
No, ma'am.
And that is so true. Like we tend to calm down and really live to our low standard, you know, of you already coming to a space, you're already seeing yourself as being less than, you know. So feeling like this means that I need to act like this, and feeling like that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to act like that. You really need to open your mouth and voice out in a respectful way, but getting your points across. You know,
to say, hey, I'm younger than you, and maybe we don't look the same as well, but I deserve the respect because I worked hard to be here. They didn't just pick me out of a lucky packet. So don't just like talk to people reckless. And I think giving people the respect that you want as well is very important. So to not go to someone like, you did this to me.
But do unto others what you want others to do unto you.
The golden rule applies even in corporate.
So we had to fill up our glasses, you know, because the conversation has been conversating, the drinks have been flowing, you know, the gems have been dropping, you know. And now I want us to say deeper. Right? I just have two more questions to ask you, right? Firstly, you are doing so well. I just want to take this moment to give you your flowers. I am thoroughly inspired by you. Guys, I don't know how many times have I sent this baby girl voice notes telling about the pits of my admission process, you know, and just how like emotionally taxing it's been, because it really does, like, I don't know, I think it's a thing of like, I need this to happen, you know. But like she's really handled me and my emotions with so much grace and such ease, and I don't know, I'm always comforted, and knowing that someone so close to me has been through that. It's like this thing is attainable. Like I'm definitely gonna get there. So friend, I just want to say you are literally such an inspiration. Like you are a powerhouse, you know, and I am so excited to see what you are going to do in this law industry outside, you know, because like you are really going to shake things up. Literally this environment or this industry really does need the manner in which you think, you know. You are not only intelligent in the way you think, but you're also very practical, you know, and you think in such a way like how does this benefit the cause? The cause being the people, you know. So I just want to say, like, you make me so proud, and keep going, baby girl, keep going. I know that when times do get tough, you know, but when I just keep focused, you know. I want to specifically know, right, two things. One, I specifically take this age that I'm going to ask you because I think at the time of that particular age, I did explain it in the previous video as well, but this age, for me personally, I feel like it's the time when at this time you're like, I'm going to have this. When I'm 25, when I'm 26, I'm going to have a house, I'm going to do this and do that. And I think that age for me is 16. You know, at the age of 16, that's the time when you really like planning and you're like, I want to do this, I'm going to go to this fast year, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So you now being the age that you are, Mary Elite does not disclose her age, but if you know my age,
then you know mine as well.
So what would you like right now as the girl of your dreams, the girl of your prayers that you are right now? What would you say to 16-year-old Mpho?
I think I definitely tell her to not rush, because everything literally comes to you as and when it's supposed to. I tell her to not rush. And I think at 16, I was already doing things to prepare. Thank you, friend. I was already doing things to prepare for my future, because I'd already made academic goals. I've always been kind of goal orientated, that at the beginning of the year, I want to create a vision board and do this. So I'd already known that eventually at some point, things are gonna be like this. So I'd say kudos for that, because it really paved the way for everything else. The way that I study was really paved by me wanting to be organized, and that today I have to do this, today I have to do that, by writing things down and being very coordinated. I'd say well done. I'd say keep going. I'd say it gets better, and not even in the sense that things won't be challenging anymore, just in the sense that you'll be better to deal with the things. You will grow. You will be the girl that you think you're gonna be. You will be the girl. Like, there's no rush. Everything comes at the time that it's supposed to. And you already have everything in you. Things get worse outside, but you get better. You are what changes the world. So, damn, I tell her to encourage her friends, to encourage her siblings, to encourage everyone around you, even when you don't feel encouraged or inspired, to always be kind of the light in the room, and to stay true to yourself. You know, I always thought that, you know, people kind of make lawyers look like they're boring and like they're tired, and we get into the career and I love laughing and I love making jokes, and you know, it's like, it's not that serious, because you are dealing with people, and to always make sure that you remember that you're always dealing with people, to have the humility to deal with people as well. You never know what people are going to do for you. So to be humble to whoever.
Be humble.
Sit
down. Be humble. Sit down.
Exactly. And to love each part of the process, because each part of it brings you somewhere. It's character development literally the whole way. So big ups, 16-year-olds. And if you're 16 and you're watching this, take all of that into your stride. Soon you'll be done with high school, and please, there's no hurry. There's no hurry, please. Please.
16-year-old you. 16-year-old.
Hey.
Please. Take what you heard right now and literally like archive it, because I promise you, like, I'm also like, when you said what you said, I'm just that inner child, that inner 16-year-old is like, okay, you know,
things will be okay.
Things will be okay. The last question that I have to seal the deal, right? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Ooh, that's always a tough one, because I always have like these bubbles popping up. In 5 years, I definitely see myself being part of the pioneers who kind of develop a field in law that isn't like spoken about. I've always kind of been interested in like space law, and aviation law, and even like cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Cryptocurrency is definitely the future. I definitely want to be part of the people who regulate and control that part of, you know, the law, it's new, it's novel. I definitely want my name to be part of that. So I want to be part of those. And if that isn't going to be one of the avenues that I venture out into, like purely corporate, then I definitely want to start my own law firm. Steps. It's been something that I've been sitting on for a while, you know. So hopefully 5 years from now, if I'm not a big shot corporate somebody creating big regulations and legislation in corporate for fields that don't have it, like the fields that I mentioned, then I'll definitely be running my own law firm and kind of just creating a home for, you know, women like me, people like me, who look, who sound, who think like me, and also other people who are going to bring a definitely like an original feel to the law. I think things don't always have to be one way in order for like the outcome to be achieved. I definitely want to be part of the people who eradicate unemployment in the country. It's so tough securing articles. You know, I have friends who secured articles late, or they had to wait for a while before things started happening for them. So I definitely want to be part of people who fix the problem and kind of give back to the community in that way. You know, give people articles, keep people on so they can figure out what they want to do in the legal career. And also just be a good principal to people. I think a lot of people stop being candidate attorneys or don't want to be attorneys anymore because they're just like, yo, these people are assholes. And it's not even the case all the time. So I definitely want to make the legal fraternity a better space, starting with my own little projects. And even if I do go into corporate, then I would have changed the space and changed the look and feel, I suppose, of how a lawyer is supposed to look or sound. I definitely want to be part of the people who kind of shake the ground and create a new face. So that's where I see myself in 5 years.
I think you know, and more than anything, you definitely have the character to do each and everything that you want for yourself, that you have set out for yourself. And I think any space that you are in and any space that you are going to be in, that space is blessed just to have you. Like, that space has the biggest assets, you know, and I know that the right space and the right thing and where God wants you to be will come your way. So that is the end of my session with my beautiful, lovely girl, my lawyer. Please talk to me nice. Don't
talk to me.
Talk to my lawyer. I know that's right. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for sharing yourself. Thank you so much for giving tips, you know, for that young aspiring lawyer, you know, who's sitting there not knowing where to start. I think more than anything, like, you literally communicated and shared that person just needs to get into it. And while you're in it, enjoy the process. Really, like, humble yourself, right? Absorb as much as you can. And when the time comes also, which is something that we don't speak about, especially in the workplace, when the time comes, if you need to stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. You know, and don't limit yourself. You know, don't limit yourself. The sky is not the limit. Only you are. And yeah, friend, I am so inspired, so honored, so blessed, and I know you listening to all of this or watching all of this, you have been blessed. You are also inspired. And I just want to give you one. Come bring your hand, my friend. Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for creating this space as well for young professionals. Ebo, please. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here, to be talking to your subbies, you know, to be brought into the space. Really, I appreciate it. And you are so inspiring. And like I said, an attorney awaiting admission, a legal practitioner awaiting admission is coming up, and I can't wait to watch your episode. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, let's cut it now. We soldiers.
We can thug up again.
Yeah.
Not too much. Not that it's illegal. Let's just know.
We are gonna go continue drinking our wines, you know, continuing with our sleepover vibes. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Comment down in the comment section below, what did you gain or get out of this? And if you are an aspiring attorney, please do let us know in the comment section below. If there's something that you would like to know, please do drop it down below, and myself or Paul can get to it. Please make sure to follow this beautiful, gorgeous girl. Listen, the content that she serves, and she's that type that serves not all the time. When she does, what's that song?
Lifestyle.
Yeah. Please make sure that you show her love, you follow her on Instagram, and yeah, like, don't forget to share this video with all your people. You never know, the video that you might share it with is an aspiring attorney who needs to get inspired, or another candidate attorney who's feeling like this journey is just killing me, you know. Just hearing from other people who have been through this journey and who have successfully completed and looking so gorgeous, you know. It's really, these success stories are what we need as young people. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next episode of Becoming. Bye guys.
Bye.